crowd. 815 in crowd. 815 in crowd. 815 in crowd. 815. 815.
Oh, what do we got for you this morning? Well, I'm thinking this. People probably read more now thanks to smartphones than before there were smartphones. Just a thought. I'm Greg. He's Tom. This is your In Crowd 815 podcast for the, what is this? This is the 18th day of July, the year 2026, the latest it has ever been, my friend.
In the history of mankind. Yeah, I'm constantly reading emails. Hey, you owe us this. And don't forget, you got a doctor's appointment then. And then what else? Oh, hey, I didn't like what you said about, whatever.
We're reading so much stuff these days, but it's all on these little tiny screens.
And it's not all good either.
Well, thankfully, we can curate most of that stuff ourselves. We have a little bit of control over that. And I got to remind people often that
sure.
You can turn off, you can unfollow certain things. You can.
Well, the thing that gets me is that I will unsubscribe to something I get in my email. And it's like I never ever signed up for that. Like, hey, you could win an exercise bike. Just go ahead and click here. Well, first of all, I didn't give you my website nor my email. So the fact that I could win an exercise bike, I'm not looking for one.
No.
So I unsubscribed. And then a month later, they're back. This is the one thing that drives me the most nuts about the internet and all of that, is that too many people have access to you.
It's a lot. Well, hey, we want at least a little bit of access to you today, and it can be completely one way. You can say hello to us in the comments. You can let us know where you're listening and watching from. And we also like it when you play along with this. Our big number of the week game, which this week is a really big number, 3.6 billion. Our current race to 10 has me in the lead by a score of 4-1. And this week, 3.6 billion is the answer. Santas, professional Santas, or pickup trucks.
Yeah, and I got a gut feeling. I think I'm going to change my answer. I've already sent it in. I'm changing it in out.
Professional Santas or pickup trucks, 3.6 billion. What is your guess? Put your guess in the comments. Tom's going to text me his right now because he likes to do it at the beginning of the show. But we want to hear from you. And
I already did it a little while ago.
You can reset.
I already did it, but I'm changing it.
And I completely challenge everybody.
And I hope it doesn't come back to
Google search this. I don't care.
I don't.
It's okay.
No, I don't. I just I'm changing it because I just had a gut feeling. I don't know why.
All right.
There you go.
And we'll tell you the answer before the end of the show. And we would love to set you up with who knows, a t-shirt, maybe a hat, maybe lunch with the hosts. Something you're going to probably win something if you put a guess in the comments.
That'd be cool.
Send us your guest.
I want to have lunch with the host.
Wouldn't that be fun?
I'm the co-host.
Which, by the way, before we get to our first guest this morning, just a quick reminder that October 1st is our next masked karaoke trivia contest. We are so excited, October 1st, to be back at Tabala. And thanks to Medicare 411, we have an $8,000 grand prize for the winning team's not-for-profit. Will it be you and yours? Let's find out. October 1st, when version 5.0 of the masked karaoke trivia contest takes the stage with our celebrity judges judging our karaoke rounds, our trivia master, Tom's Trivia, running our 3 rounds of trivia. The best total overall score of the 12 teams competing will win an $8,000 cash prize for their favorite not-for-profit that they've chosen. And the names of the not-for-profits the teams are playing for remain masked throughout the event until the end of the night when we reveal who the winners are. So that's the masked portion of this. I get the question every time. All 4 previous times that we've had this are like, do we have to wear masks for the whole contest? No, you don't have to wear masks at all. If you want to, though, you're completely welcome to throw a mask on. We would be completely fine with you putting a mask on if you want to do that during your karaoke or whatever. And someone's going to do that eventually, Tom. I know it's going to happen.
Well, maybe if we had it on Halloween night.
It's, well, yeah.
You know?
October 1st. It's the first day of Halloween month, if you will. But we have 3 teams currently signed up. We have room for 9 more. So get your team entries in now. You don't have to know all the players on your team yet. You don't have to know who the 8 people are on your team yet. You just get your team registered now so that you know you have a place. Get your placeholder in place. And then, when we get about a month out from the contest, actually 2 weeks out from the contest, you're going to tell us who is on your team and what your song is going to be for karaoke. We try to avoid any double up of songs and long songs that are too long. We don't want to be there all night listening to, one team sing a 10-minute song. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
that would
if I leave here tomorrow.
No,
that's
none of that.
Little Leonard Skinner.
Yeah.
Little Freebird.
Short radio version. All right. incrowd815@gmail.com if you need more information on that. Let's bring on our first guest, shall we? We are going to be checking things out here with hopefully Wesley Willows before the end of the show. We're supposed to have them on today talking about hosting our next In-Crowd 815 networking group event, which is coming up at the end of this month. The last Thursday this month will be at Wesley Willows, one of their locations. But first, today, let's check all things out. Greg Lindmark Foundation with Brad Lindmark, who's on the screen with us today. Again, good morning to you, Brad. Thanks for joining us on the show.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So for those who have never met Brad before, are you a native Rockfordian or 815 area person? Did you grow up here?
Oh yeah, I grew up in Rockford, currently in South Beloit, but whole life in the area.
Okay. What was your school? What was your high school?
Guilford
Viking. You want to pick on them? You want to pick on the Vikings at all, Tom, or should we leave that alone?
No, they were far better than my Jayhawks. They beat us every time.
Well, what was your big thing in high school, Brad? What was your niche, your clique, your thing that you enjoyed the most about high school?
Oh, probably dating my now wife is the best thing I enjoyed most, but played a little baseball there.
Okay. Awesome. And then after
without giving away your age,
go ahead, Tom.
I was going to say, without giving away your age, I mean, you're going to, because I was going to say, when did you graduate? If you don't mind asking.
2008. Just kidding. 1981.
81.
Yep.
81. So you were 1 year before the Guilford State Championship.
Yes. Yep.
In 82. Yep.
Correct.
Yep. I used to, I dated a girl who once dated one of the guys on the team. So I hated that guy. I hated that team. No, just kidding. I didn't really.
So you played ball with a bunch of those guys that ended up winning state the next year.
Yeah, I knew a lot of them. I didn't play football. I played baseball.
Okay. Awesome. I imagine there's a lot of there's a lot of multi-sport athletes back in the 80s.
Yeah, that's true. Not like today.
We played everything. Anything that our schedules could fit in, we played it all.
Correct.
So, and then of course, post high school, what kind of a career arc did you follow?
Sales management and manufacturing. That's probably a big thing, just manufacturing.
Okay. And then of course, tell us about your brother Greg. What was Greg's schooling and stuff like? I forget. Is he older or younger than you?
2 years older. He graduated in 1979 from Guilford.
Okay.
As a younger, he just wanted to be a police officer. That's all he ever wanted to do his whole life. How many people get to do that? Decide what you want to do. I think he was like 10 years old when he wanted to be an officer. It was. He played a little football in high school and worked a lot. basically what he did some cadet training and different things. Anything with policing he was involved with.
Really? Okay. So that is kind of amazing when you figure it out that young, that you're like, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to do it. And plugged right in.
Yeah, I'm 62. I still wonder what I want to do.
Right?
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Well, for those who have no clue what Greg Lindmark's story is, what can you tell us about the Greg Lindmark life story in a nutshell, I guess, if you will, right?
Yeah, so I always say everybody's life can change instantly with a diagnosis, a phone call, or a bad decision. My family's life changed February 9th, 2015. After 30 years on the police force, near 30 years, my brother took his own life, and our family decided to try to do something to prevent this from happening to other families. So we started the Greg Lindmark Foundation, which we do a number of things, but the main item is confidential counseling. It's 100% confidential. We don't even know who's using it. We just see the bills from the counselors, and we're kind of a victim of our own success. So two years ago, our bills for the counseling alone were $55,000, and last year it was over $115,000 in confidential counseling that the foundation paid for. So we're scrambling to try to get some more donations, more fundraising to keep this thing going. So there's a big need for it, and we don't want to let anybody down.
And is that just in the Northern Illinois area, or is that larger than that?
It's mostly Northern Illinois, a little bit into Wisconsin, west as far as Elizabeth, that area, Galena, east as far as McHenry, and south down to Peru, I guess it'd be.
So it's a big footprint. That's a lot of area to cover.
Yes, it is. It gets overwhelming at times, but I have my wife to lean on, which helps immensely.
So obviously your brother taking his own life was a major wake up call for not just your family, but the whole community, right? It really kind of shed a light on something that people were like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Yeah, Greg was a deputy chief and had the respect of the whole department, plus a lot of people in the community. He touched a lot of lives, victims of homicides, etc. There's stuff we learned after his death that we didn't even know he was doing. He was once at the Masters golf tournament and left early to come back to speak at a victims of homicide memorial, which I didn't know anything about until the lady that runs the memorial was telling me. I remember him coming back early. I didn't know why though. So he really helped, spent a lot of time with the victims of different crimes, and had a lot of respect in the community.
I'm sorry, did you say was he married?
Yes, he was.
He was married. So, and was his wife kind of in the know a lot of the stuff that he did, or was he just kind of that kind of guy that just did things as they came?
Like most first responders, they keep it to themselves. Everything seems to get bottled up. You really don't want to go home and tell your spouse, I was shot at, or this happened, or that happened. I saw a child suffering, etc. It's just, they don't want to worry their spouse with the burdens that they saw during the day.
Right. We just had this conversation on what was it, Thursday night? We had our next Rockford summer mixer event over at the Raven, and spent a couple hours hanging out with some next Rockford members and some potential new members and such. And one of the members had a ex-spouse that was in the first responder world, and so that lifestyle. It's something that's most people will never understand. I'll raise my hand. I'll never understand being able to live in that kind of a environment all the time, where you're going to work and you're almost at least a couple times a week, you're probably involved in someone's worst day of their life. You're handling all that stuff, and it's how do you handle all that? Where does that go? What do you do with that information every day?
Yeah, like Greg, he was always on call too. So it could be Christmas, Thanksgiving. It didn't matter. Our kids' birthdays, parents' birthdays, his own birthday. Kevin Rice was murdered on Greg's birthday, and I remember he went in. He called me at 2 a.m. and said, "Brad, this is what happened. I wanted you to hear it from me first." I saw him 2 days later come home to take a shower and get right back to work. He worked 3 solid days until they found the fellow that did it, and that's the
William
dedication
Buck?
he had. Yes, I don't even want to say his name. He doesn't deserve that.
Sorry.
No, it's
You're
okay.
Right. You're right.
It's okay.
Right. Well,
yeah.
He's rotting in prison, and that's good.
Yes.
That's good.
Yep.
And that was just 20 years ago.
Yes, it was. But it's things like that people don't realize either, that their life is constant work. You can be called in at any moment.
It's it's not a life for everybody. That's for sure. So, but some people seem to handle it well. So others don't. There's in every life, in any profession, in anything that you're doing a family, there's always some sort of a peer pressure involved with decisions you make or decisions you decide not to make. And you just hope that somebody realizes at some point, hey, you know what, this path I chose is maybe not for me. I need to find something else to do, or they want to stay in it and they get the help that they need. And that's kind of what the foundation does, right? Help the first responders get the kind of counseling and help that they need so they can process the information they got to deal with on a daily basis.
Exactly. One of our counselors explains it pretty good. It's like carrying a sack over your shoulder, and every time you see a incident that bothers you, you put a rock in that sack, right? Pretty soon you can't carry that sack, and that's when you need to get some help. The stigma's starting to get broken down. When we first started, you have that, I'm a first responder, I'm tough, I don't need anything, it'll get better. What if somebody found out, etc.? Well, our confidentiality takes that away from the equation, but it's still, it's by the numbers of people using it, that stigma has broken down pretty good by now. So a lot of education on our part. We speak to a lot of different departments. The new hires, we speak to all of them. So just about taking care of your mind. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. So, most people work out, worry about how their physical health is doing, but not their mental health. So it's something we stress.
And there is more of a connection that people are starting to realize as far as the physical workout aspects of the effect that has on our brains and our mental awareness and our mental health. If you get out a chance to, get out and walk a couple times a week, get out and do some stuff with your body, get it positively affects your brain, your mental health. So it's a good thing to exercise.
Yeah, that's correct.
So, well, I'm on your website here. We're looking at GregLindmarkFoundation.com. We're currently on the supporters page, and you can see all these different names of folks that have supported what you guys have been doing as community sponsors. If somebody wants to get involved, there's a contact us tab here to help spread the word, donate, so be part of the annual golf outing, which has become definitely one of the better known and well-respected golf outings in a city full of golf outings. Yours is one that definitely has gotten a lot of glowing remarks on. So whatever you're doing it right.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, we put a lot of work into it. That's kind of my wife's baby, so to speak. She works tirelessly on that. We have a couple board members with the baskets, etc., for raffling, but it's a lot of work. Thank God I have my wife to go through that with me.
I don't think the average person realizes the logistics involved in putting on an event, let alone an event the size of the Greg Lindmark Foundation annual golf outing. So there's a lot of moving pieces, and I'm sure there's as they say, many hands make the workload lighter, or whatever, right? What's the saying?
Yes. Yep. And this year we're trying something different. We're bringing in Frank Winters from the Packers, so he's going to golf and speak a little bit and mingle with the people. So we'll see how that works out. We're gonna, if it's good, we'll bring in an athlete every year. So
I gotta believe that's going to bring out more people. Even Bears fans can respect Frank Winters. I mean, the dude was pretty awesome.
yeah. So we have the golf outing, which is just about full right now. With
he retires.
Yeah, I don't know that we'll be able to afford that one, but
yeah, probably
yes, our
not,
golfers.
probably not.
Yeah, we're about full, and then we have a meet and greet type event from 3 to 5 out there at Rockford Country Club, and then we have dinner only too for those that don't want to golf. They can enjoy the dinner and the speakers. We have 2 different people this year speaking that have used the services and have the courage to stand up in front of people and tell what the foundation did for them and how it saved them.
Well, you don't have to golf to attend the dinner. Dinner tickets available. And this is Friday night, August 14th, which is a pretty big weekend here in the Rockford area. The 815 weekend has become 815 day has become quite a big deal over the last few years. So there'll be a lot going on this weekend, and this will be one of them, the big golf outing for the Greg Lindmark Foundation this year at the Rockford Country Club. And have you had it at the Rockford Country Club before?
Last year was our first year there. We had it at Forest Hills previously. When we first started, we had it at Aldine, and then we had to go somewhere else for dinner because they didn't have that facility available back then. So this will be our 11th outing. And
the Rockford Country Club has done a really stellar job of upgrading what they're doing out there too the last couple of years. They have a wonderful facility.
And they're a pleasure to work with. So been good.
Well, that's coming up August 14th. There's might be, if you're watching this live, you might have a chance still to sign up. And go ahead, Tom, what do you got?
So Brad, I'm really curious. I'm sure you guys were competitive when you were growing up. Who was the better athlete?
Oh, of course I am. He can't argue with me. So he was a really good basketball player.
Yeah.
He played at Madison Area Technical College. It was pretty even.
What was his sport mainly?
My brother
he was a basketball guy.
Basketball. My brother was 4 years older than me, and he was about a foot taller than me. And then, of course, I grew up, and I became about 1.5 inches taller than him. But he was always 4 years older and taller. We never had that competition, so I completely respect that. That is so cool. You guys probably were close and always. I don't know. I don't know. I can only see it through my own eyes. With my brother and I, we didn't get along that great because he was a bully. So I can appreciate a story where 2 brothers grew up together and had fun, were competitive, and were probably best friends. I'm assuming that.
Yeah, that's the one thing I say. I didn't just lose my brother; I lost my best friend. So,
well, you've got a great list of confidential counselors that help everybody out at the Greg Lindmark Foundation. There, any first responder having difficulties, there is help. Of course, the name at the top of the list is one that most people recognize, Kevin Polke, because he does so much around the.
Yes, he does.
The other ones are also wonderful, wonderful counselors here. If somebody wants to plug into what you have offered, is it a simple phone call? Is it an email? What do people normally do to reach out and get in touch with the foundation?
It's just a phone call to a counselor that they want to see. They're all very good, like you mentioned, but pick one call and you have to tell me your first responder, etc., and it'll be taken care of.
Well, we definitely want people to know that this service is available. And whether it's for yourself or a family member that you think might be, struggling to deal with the day-to-day, let them know that, hey, here's go spend an hour with this person. Just go talk for a bit. What harm is there in that, right?
Right, that's correct.
So I want to bring up one more thing before we move on to anything else, and that is your Facebook page as well, so we can plug into that. I'll share that link on the screen. Is there any other events that you want to plug? I see Saturday, July 18th, which is today. There's something going on today you might want to talk about.
Yeah. That started last year, actually. 2 years ago, there was a tragic event in Monroe Center where a dog had mauled and killed a 4-year-old child. And we were called, and within 24 hours, we had a group of counselors and did a debriefing at the fire station. It was a horrific event. And one of the firemen there started this at Legacy, knew the owner. The owner stands behind the foundation really well. So this is the second one. Today, there's a bag tournament. There's 2 different bands. It's just kind of a come on out, enjoy. There's baskets, there's raffles. Come out and say hello, and it's just a fun event.
Well, supporting those who serve today out at the Legacy Bar and Gaming, and that's, you said, what, Monroe Center, right?
That's in Stillman Valley.
Stillman Valley. Okay, Stillman
Yes.
Valley. So
Yep.
there you go. So check out the Facebook page, follow along what's going on with Greg Lindmark Foundation there as well. So is there anything that we did not ask you about today that you wanted to make sure we talk about as far as the Greg Lindmark Foundation goes, Brad?
Really, if there's anybody out there that could help with donations or sponsorship, that'd be greatly appreciated. Like I said, we're scrambling at 115,000 last year, but we'll make it. We're blessed. Things happen. The Lord provides for us when we need it most. It's amazing the way it's happened for us. When we first started, a guy told me that don't worry about the funding. As long as you're doing something good for the people, it'll all work out. So that's what we're banking on. It's just kind of it's been a long journey. In some ways, this is going to sound strange, but we're blessed with what we're able to do and how we took this tragedy and are helping others. I know that sounds a little strange, but we're blessed in a way that we've have this opportunity to help others, I guess is the best way to put this.
Yeah. Yeah. When you realize that.
Well, if I could add one thing.
Go ahead, Tom.
I'm sorry, Greg. There's such a delay. I'm so sorry. Brad, if I could add one thing, kind of what you just said. Out of tragedy comes triumph oftentimes. And you lost your best friend and your brother. But think of how many people, how many best friends, how many brothers you've saved from losing their best friend or their brother or something like that. Hundreds, maybe thousands, who knows, with the foundation, with the donations and with the being able to counsel people, essentially talk them off the ledge, so to speak. Think of how many lives you've enriched and kept going because of the work you're doing. So it's not going to replace your brother, but at least it helps someone else not have to replace their brother. So I think you could at least take that,
Thank you for pointing that out. Yes, one of our counselors, being confidential, we don't really know. A couple people have walked up to my wife and I and given us hugs and tears and telling us how we saved them. But one of our counselors told us we've saved hundreds of lives. So I appreciate you pointing that out. Thank you.
Well, if anyone has any questions, again, 815-980-7016, numbers are on the screen. If you're in a crisis right now, 911 or 988, the suicide and crisis lifeline that's active now. 988 is available for anyone that needs to talk through something. So check that out there. And for knowing someone as respected as Greg was, and not knowing what he was going through internally, has hopefully opened up a lot of other people's eyes to the fact that, hey, you know what, this isn't something to be taken lightly. This is a serious situation where if your self-talk is leading you in a place you shouldn't be going, you need to be talking to someone else to help get that straightened out. So you got some great people here to do that. So thanks to all those who are supporting this. Thanks to all those who are working as counselors in this, and plug into some of these events that are coming up that you'll see. Here's the whole 2026 calendar of events. Today at Stillman Valley, on the 25th at the Rhythm of the Heart Music Festival in Loves Park, the August 14th golf outing, and some stuff coming up in September as well. So all kinds of different stuff to plug into and support the Greg Lindmark Foundation. Very well. Very well. All right. Well, Tom's got some trivia for you and me. So we're going to see if we can't score some points today against Tom's trivia.
It's time for Tom's Trivia Challenge on the In Crowd 815 podcast. Good luck.
All right. Every week, Tom's got 7 questions for us, and between you and me, Brad, hopefully we can get 4 or 5 of them right. We're going to work together as a team.
And then I say, good morning, everybody. It's time for trivia. Okay, so Greg, I'm sorry, Brad. The goal here for me is to not make you walk away going, oh man, I suck at trivia. We don't ever want to do that. So I make these questions kind of easy, maybe a little hard. I don't know. A lot of them are 50-50. I got 4 of them that are 50-50. So let's get started here and see how we do. And like Greg says, he wants 4 out of 7. I want 6 out of 7 or 7 out of 7. So here we go. All right. Here we go.
The expectation bar is nice and low for me. I just want to do better than 50%. That's all.
There you go.
Yeah, you will. All right. Which U.S. state produces the most cranberries in the harvesting millions of barrels? Is it Wisconsin or Minnesota? Once again, which U.S. state produces the most cranberries in the country, harvesting millions of barrels every year? Is it Wisconsin or is it Minnesota?
I'd have to go Wisconsin. How about you, Greg?
Yeah, they got the big cranberry festival every year up in Toma, Wisconsin.
Toma.
Hey, come on.
Toma, Wisconsin. Oh, yeah, that's those Green Bay Packers. Yes, they love Wisconsin. That is the correct answer.
I've stayed at the Cranberry Hotel up
now,
there, so hey.
Have you really? Okay, I'm gonna. This is the caveat here. You cannot look at your keyboard. So if I see your eyes go down, you're in trouble. Uh-oh. Which U.S. state can be typed using only one row of a standard QWERTY keyboard? Is it Iowa or Alaska?
Ooh.
Once again, which U.S. state can be typed using only one row? Is it Iowa or Alaska?
Before you gave us options, my first thought was Iowa, but now you're saying Alaska, and I think that might all be in the same row too. I don't remember.
I'm not sure, but I think I'd go Alaska. But
all right, we're going with Alaska.
I've been wrong plenty before, Greg. Don't let me sway your
Alaska.
I will tell you this: the A is on the second row, middle row. The I, the O, and the W is on the first row. So Alaska is the answer.
Yeah.
Very good.
There we go.
Good. Way to work through that. Which actor provided the voice for the original animated version of Scar in Disney's The Lion King? Was it James Earl Jones or Jeremy Irons? Once again, which actor provided the voice for the
Well.
original animated version of Scar in Disney's The Lion King? Oh, was it
Yes.
James Earl Jones or Jeremy Irons? It's the closest
Well,
thing I have to a lion here.
James Earl
Hold him out.
James Earl Jones was the voice of Mufasa, so it couldn't have been him, right? It has to be Jeremy Irons.
I'll go with that, Greg.
Well, you ironed that one out nicely. Very good. Very good. Yes, Jeremy Irons. All right. Which is faster? Oh, hey, this might actually be a cheetah. I don't know if it is or not.
Have you seen the guy?
All
Have
right.
you seen the guy who says what they're saying in Africanese when they're holding up the lion at that part of the movie? The whole thing.
No.
It translates to, "Look, a lion! Oh my God!" That's what he said. I don't know if it's true, but
that's kind of funny. All right. So, which is faster, a cheetah or a human sneeze? Not going to sneeze.
I've never seen a sneeze run.
Oh my goodness.
So once again, which is faster, a cheetah or a human sneeze? I'll tell you how fast a cheetah is. That's how fast a cheetah is. Anyway, I don't know.
Doesn't a sneeze sometimes exit a body at like 100 miles an hour? I don't think a cheetah runs that fast.
Again, Greg, I'll go with you.
I think the sneeze is fast.
Yeah, probably.
Someone's doing the heavy lifting here today, and his name is Greg.
I'm fine with that.
Greg, you are one. Yeah, no, that's right. Hey, work smarter, not harder, right? If he knows all the answers, let him go. Greg, you are 100% correct. 100 miles an hour for a human sneeze, and a cheetah runs 75 miles an hour.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
I got my 4.
There's your 4. You're that's right. And I know you're both going to get the final question. I know that.
All right.
Where will you, this is question number 5, where will you find the smallest bone in the human body? You only need the location of it. You don't need to know what the bone is, but for extra bonus points, not really. You can get me the bone.
I would think it'd be a hand, but maybe not.
The hand's got some tiny bones, but there's
Foot does
3.
too.
There's 3 bones inside the ear that I think are tinier than anything else.
Again, Greg, I'm with you. Let's go ear.
I think
The
it's
hammer,
in the
the
ear.
hand, the stirrup.
They're tiny.
It is the stapes or the stirrup is what it's called, and it is in the ear. Very good.
Ooh.
Good.
All right.
The hammer, the anvil, and the stirrup are the 3 bones you're talking about. All right, nice. You are going to have I predict you're going to have a 7-0 today. What is the only fruit that has its seeds on the outside?
A fruit with seeds on the outside.
It could be a strawberry, maybe.
Yep.
That sounds like it to me. Right? Strawberry seeds on the
Brad
outside.
for the win. Yes.
All right.
It is a strawberry.
All right.
Nicely done. All right. And then finally, we're doing, Brad, I didn't realize this, that you're a Packer fan. And every once in a while, especially as football season comes around, we'll do Packer trivia for the final one instead of local trivia. We could have done either one, but we did Packer trivia. And this is going to be a real easy one. As I was writing this quiz, it was 11:30 at night, and I was starting to fall asleep. I'm like, screw it, just pick anything. So here it is. Who holds the record for the longest ever field goal in Packers history?
Ooh. Oh, no.
I know it, but I can't think of his name.
He played like 2 games and then they let him go.
Yes.
What was his
He is
name?
now back
He's-
with the team, and he's going to fight Trey Smack for
Yes.
the job.
Correct. I could not think of his name.
If
We
you
got- we should
shorten
get-
his first name, it's a book in the Bible. What's that?
Yeah, that's
Brad, what did you
he's
say? He played at Michigan?
Yeah, I
If you
think he was a
shorten
Michigan
his
kid.
first name, it's a book in the Bible.
Lucas Weir.
Lucas.
I knew this would be a question someday, and I completely spaced the guy's name.
Yeah, it's on the tip of my tongue, and I can't.
You have the answer in your head.
Yes. Do we get half credit for that?
Tip of your tongue.
Lucas have.
I'm going to give it to you because
it's Havarsic or
you have the answer.
Yeah.
Haversick, yes.
Haversick,
there you go. I did not think that was that. Haversick. He will probably be our kicker, and I think what's going to happen with Trey Smack is they're going to put him on the practice squad. Hopefully, nobody claims him. I think so. I hope he gets. Although I do like the idea of Trey Smack. I like a fresh beginning. Look at when Ryan Longwell came along. We're like, oh God, who's this guy? And then when Mason Crosby came along, Mason Crosby is one of my favorite NFL players of all time. He's a man of God. He's just a good guy. He's got his own podcast now, and he became the absolute go-to guy. So I look for big things for Trey Smack, but I think Haversick's going to beat him out. I do. I just do.
I'm with you.
Well, they drafted.
I hope that, but I think.
Didn't they draft Trey in like the 5th or 6th
round? Yeah.
Yeah, 6th round.
6th round, last pick in the draft. And that was fine because you know what? We got rid of Rich Bisaccia, that's sap. And then we got what's his name? Cam Acord. Cam Acord as our defensive coordinator or our special teams guy.
Yeah.
Jonathan Lennon is going to be a better defensive coordinator than Jeff Hafley. Jeff Hafley, I think, got caught reading his. I don't think he's going to do well in Miami. I think they're going to win about 4 or 5 games. Malik Willis will probably so great. I mean, I just Green Bay is doing so many things right now. I'm going deep in the playoffs, and we're not going to be a 7 seed this year. We're going to win our division and probably be a 2 overall. That's my prediction. Maybe a 1. So that's my story.
I get very cautious about setting expectations too high, Brad. So I want to believe they'll make the playoffs. That's all I want to believe.
Yeah, a lot of the so-called experts, they have them all over the board from winning the division to finishing last, you know?
Right.
Yeah,
so,
no, I know. And you're right when you say so-called experts.
I just hope we don't have to worry about every extra point and every field goal making or missing.
Well, see, that's why they drafted him. We had limited picks last year. We only had 5 or 6 picks, and they chose one of them a kicker. Whereas before, the year before, we had like 10 picks because we had 2 third-rounders and 4th or 5th rounders. So they felt strongly enough to challenge that. McManus was gone. When he missed the extra point in the field goal last year, that was it. He was gone. We knew he was gone. We knew Rich Bisaccia was going to be gone. We had a feeling Jeff Hafley was going to be gone. So Brian Gutekunst and Ed Policy, Matt LaFleur, all got together. I don't know this for sure, but obviously they did. They got together and said, listen, we got to make some serious changes. 1, defensive coordinator. We're going to lose Jeff. We need somebody. And they go out and get Jonathan Gannon, somebody who has proven that he's a good defensive coordinator. He had a horrible team in Arizona, so he didn't have all of the weapons he needed. But he did well in Philadelphia for a couple of seasons.
Mm-hmm.
He did real well in Philadelphia. And his scheme, Greg can back me up on this, my big thing about the Green Bay Packers is that the middle is constantly open. You know how many times the Bears killed us on Thursday? The Bears, it was the Vikings, it was every other team just kept killing us on 3rd down, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 14 for crying out loud. And that open middle in camps, you don't do that to an opposing receiver who's got 88 catches on the year. That's their go-to
Yep.
guy, and you're going to let him have a 20-yard middle? No, that's why we kept losing games, and that was directly on Jeff Halfley. His scheme wasn't good enough. He didn't cover the right places. Now we got Zaire Franklin, who's a very good defender. We got Edgerrin Cooper. We are going to be very good in that middle section. Plus, we upgraded at cornerback. Plus, we upgraded at defensive line. And when Micah comes back, a very healthy, rested Micah comes back in week 7, week 8 for the home stretch. Look out. I think defense is going to be 3 better than it was last year. We didn't have the bodies last year because we had Xavier McKinney had 8 interceptions the year before, 7 of which were in the first 7 games. If you remember, he missed one in the 5th game, but then got 2 in the 6th game and another one in the 7th game. He had 8 interceptions all year. Didn't have anything after that going his way. That is what a great defensive player does. Micah Parsons, they weren't going his way. That's why Rashawn Gary ended up with 7.5 sacks. So Rashawn Gary was lazy, and I'm glad he's gone. Now we've got the guy from Minnesota, Hargrove. Yeah, Hargrove from Minnesota. He's good. He's good. I think he was also with Philadelphia as well.
Yes,
with
he was.
Gannon, I believe. Anyway, so we've got this thing, and Devontae Wyatt comes back. We will have a very, very good defense. And then we haven't even talked about the offense. I know I'm getting off on a Packers tangent, but why not? We got a little time, right? Offense, we've upgraded. It's addition by subtraction. We got rid of Romeo Dobbs, the guy that can catch the ball 3 feet over his head and whirl it in, but he can't catch the ball that hits him right here in the hands. We got rid of Dontavian Wicks. Same thing. He'll make the great catch, but he can't make the routine catch. Now we've got Matthew Golden, who's going to be very, very good as long as Matt LaFleur uses him properly. 29 catches for Matthew Golden in his rookie season. Luther Burden from the Chicago Bears had 48 catches, and he was their 5th option. Square that for me. And we've got a better passer in Jordan Love than Caleb Williams. By far a better passer. He may not be a better athlete, but he's by far a better passer. Let Jordan Love cook. If Matt LaFleur can figure that out, get his head out of his rear end, we will be poised to play in the NFC Championship game. And Zach Tom comes back. Jordan Morgan is in his 3rd year at left tackle. He's going to replace Rasheed Wallace, who was Rasheed Walker, who was an absolute disaster at left tackle last year. So, oh my goodness. And then special team kicker. I am so excited. Can you tell? I am so excited about the Packers this year. So, wow.
We're at the bottom line for any NFC team this year is you're going to have to beat the Rams, and the Rams are going to be a contender as long as Stafford stays healthy. So they're going to be good.
Did I hear that Donald decided to come back or no?
Well,
didn't he come back?
I thought I heard it last night that he was going to come back on a limited basis or something.
They were talking about it, but will he pass the fifth out for 3 years now?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care. You know what? That's too many cooks in the kitchen. You've got did they trade Jared Verse or do they still have him? I don't remember. I think they may have lost him in the traded him. Yeah, in the Myles Garrett trade. That's okay, because all the people were saying last year when we got Micah Parsons and we got, this guy and that guy and we got this and we got that. Oh, book their ticket to the Super Bowl. Go ahead, book it. You can book it right now. Well, maybe if Tucker Kraft doesn't get injured, maybe if Micah Parsons doesn't get injured, maybe if Zach Tom, don't underestimate the impact that Zach Tom had on that team. Losing him in that, I think it was the Denver game, was absolutely crucial. That was almost as big as Mike Parsons because he was the stability on our offensive line. But maybe maybe we do play in the Super Bowl because we were a better team than most last year until injuries started piling up. Everybody has injuries. I get it. But when you have injuries at key positions, such as Micah Parsons, such as Tucker Kraft, such as Zach Tom, those three right there, Devontae Wyatt, half of your defensive front was gone. And these are bona fide superstar players. Devontae Wyatt, not so much a superstar, but Micah Parsons, maybe the best in the business, maybe next to Myles Garrett, and that's it. He's second, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that at all. So I just about this team much more than I was last year. I was excited last year.
It was an exciting season last year until they got those Denver injuries.
And in the NFL. Yeah. And the sad thing about it, and Matt LaFleur did he should have done. He was wrong to Christian Watson, and that was the play that got injured. That great play. He gets his hand in there. If that ball is 1 or 2 feet, even if Christian Watson doesn't catch it, he doesn't get injured on that play, because what happened was, as Surtain was going for it, he was also going for it. His body was kind of configured wrongly, and he ended up falling and injuring himself. We only lost him for 1 game. That was good. He came back strong. So that wasn't so bad. But that was also the game that we lost Micah Parsons. Who knows? Yeah. Maybe we score that touchdown, and maybe Micah Parsons isn't in that same spot at that same time, butterfly effect. And maybe, who knows? Could have, should have.
Well, we gotta let Brad go. He's got an event to get to, so we're gonna let you go, Brad, and we're gonna continue our other talk, because I got.
Sorry, Brad. Come back anytime.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for helping spread the word about our foundation. I really appreciate that. God bless you, and thank you.
Absolutely. Take care, Brad. Have a good one.
Yep. You too. Bye now.
All right. Before we get any further, we want to make sure we prolong this event real quick. We had to.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I get off on these tangents,
We don't get a fellow Packer fan on the show every week. So July 30th is the last Thursday of the month of July, and we're going to be at Wesley Willows location on John's Farm Road. Where is John's Farm Road? It's off of North Rockton Avenue, north of Riverside.
Yeah, it's right down by my house.
It's not far from you there, buddy. There's the big map on the screen. You'll see North Rockton Road here, West Riverside here, Owen Center over there. So this is like the Walmart down there, I believe. So just north of Riverside Boulevard on Rockton Avenue. This is where we're going to be, on John's Farm Road in Rockford, for our next free networking event with InCrowd 815. What do we ask for every time? Business cards and smiles. If you have a business card and a smile, you are welcome at a free InCrowd 815 networking group event. Thanks to those who came out to Jeremiah Development last month, had a good time there. And this month we'll be at Wesley Willows, where our friend Melissa Wright will be hosting. You can expect some hors d'oeuvres, some beverages, and to learn about what Wesley Willows does here in our community as well. So for those who have never attended before, what you can expect from 5:30 to 6:30, the first hour, it's just open, free networking. You're gonna arrive at Wesley Willows. You're gonna drop your business card in our door prize bucket, and you're gonna sign in as a guest of the host, and then just hang out and meet some new people. If nothing else, you'll meet me, and sometimes Tom shows up.
I will be there unless I have an event, but I will be there.
Yeah. So come on out. And then at 6:30, we kind of turn things over to our host, let them talk about the services that they offer here to the community, how you can get involved if you wish, and then do our door prize drawing and stuff like that. So come on out and join us for half hour, an hour, or all 2 hours at the next free networking event at Wesley Willows at 4142 John's Farm Road in Rockford. That's their Castle Town Center location here in Rockford. So looking forward to that. Where'd this go? Stop sharing, clear the screen, and let's do All right, our current race to 10 has me in the lead by a score of 4-1, and our big number of the week this week, 3.6 billion. That's a B, man. That's a big number. Is the answer professional Santas or pickup trucks? And Tom sent me his guess, so I need to update the score. Have you ever played Santa, Tom?
No, I have not.
Well, I'm trying to think if I ever played Santa for anything. I'm not sure that I've ever done that. I know we had
Well,
Santa at our housewarming party
if
when we
you
moved in
call-
here last year.
If you call bankrolling Christmas playing Santa, then yeah, I've done it for a bunch of years.
Oh man. So dozens of Santas, Mrs. Clauses, and elves gathered in Denmark last week for the annual World Santa Claus Congress. They've been converging since 1957. And let's see if it'll let me show this picture. It might not because it's on this website here, but I don't want to be bombarded with advertisements. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I'm being bombarded with advertisements. Okay, let's try.
Hey, do your Christmas shop early.
Let's see if that'll let me show this tab here. If I turn off the sound and turn off this graphic right here. There we go. So here we go. Aalborg, Denmark. It's a lot of hot. There's the summer heat taking place there in Denmark, but dozens of Santas and Mrs. Clauses gathered to swap stories and celebrate. I imagine those velvet suits were a little hot during the summer's heat wave there, but since 1957, the world's oldest amusement park in Bakken near Copenhagen started this event, which they've historically held in Denmark every year. They've moved it now to the Danish city of Aalborg, and attendees, even though it's hot, still wear their traditional heavy red suits to participate in all kinds of special things, parades and contests and traditions, all to celebrate being Santa Claus. You're going to get the point, Tom. Yeah, you're going to get the point.
Oh, I'm glad I switched it.
The 3.6 billion number actually comes from the fact that Toyota is shifting production of its Toyota Tacoma pickup truck from Mexico to the United States. They are building a $3.6 billion plant in Texas. So the Toyota Tacoma will be made in the USA. Think about that. Remember back in the day when Toyota started making its big splash here in the United States, and everyone's like, why are we buying cars from other countries across the ocean? Why are we doing that? Well, Toyota's building these cars now, and now they're trucks here in the US. So if we can make our country as business friendly as possible, this stuff gets built here, and that's pretty awesome. So
yeah,
looking forward to. I wouldn't mind.
That is really awesome, and plus, I drive a Toyota. I have a Toyota Highlander. It's a wonderful car. I will tell you the one knock on my Toyota, the only one knock. They deliberately give you no dash room space. They deliberately give you no space to put anything because they don't want any distractions. They don't want your phone up there. There's no room. I can't even put a little box up there to put my phone in because it won't fit.
Well,
it's the weirdest thing.
It's probably good for you, right? Eliminate the distractions.
I suppose, but if you got your GPS on your phone,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. You got to get one of those things you can mount your phone on, stick it on the front of the dash or whatever. I've got a little thing that holds my pop socket. My pop socket slips into a little holder in my car. And it's just close enough that I can see for navigation purposes, but that's That's all.
When you're watching a TV show as you're driving, you got to have your head down. That's not good. That's not safe.
No. Head up, look around. Shout outs this week. I want to give a shout out this week to Jeremiah Development again. They hosted their Love Rockford event last Saturday. It went really well. The weather was great. Thanks to all those who came out. We met some great vendors that we're going to connect with. I got a bunch more business cards of folks that we'll probably have on the show not too long from now. Some not-for-profits that we have not had yet on the program. So looking forward to connecting with those people. The grand reopening for Bayer Stadium is today at 1:00. So if you're watching this on Saturday, July 18th, today at 1:00, Bayer Stadium officially the grand reopen happens today. Very excited about that. And of course, the women's baseball event that's coming up here in a few weeks is going to be right here. It's like the first round. It's almost like the World Cup, only they split it up into 2 years. There's a bunch of teams coming to play here in Rockford in the next few weeks. And a bunch of other teams are playing in China next month. And then the winning teams from those two tournaments are meeting next year here in Rockford for the finals to see who the best women's baseball team is in the world. So that's pretty cool. That's going on there. Starlight Theater shout out this week. Once on This Island concludes tonight and tomorrow night. Your last chance to catch that. Once on This Island, Something Rotten reopens at Starlight Theater Wednesday night. And then a week from Wednesday, 9 to 5. And then we want to shout out to Tom's Trivia at Louis every Wednesday night at 7. We invite you to come out and join us on our In-Crowd 815 team because we're out there having fun playing trivia for an hour and a half or so at Louis Tap House in Ross.
And it is a lot of fun. And even if you have your own team, it's okay. Come on down.
Come on down.
Just
start
have
your own
some
team.
fun with it. Half price apps until 8:00. And I'm telling you, the apps are wonderful.
They're good.
Food is really good.
They are so good.
Especially the burnt ends.
Yes.
Oh yeah, half price. I get them
see
a lot.
Melissa, we're gonna get you on the screen in a second. Melissa is tuning in here, logging in. So Melissa, we're gonna get you on the screen here in a second. I already shouted out the next Rockford group having our summer mixer at the Raven this week. Thanks to the Raven for hosting that and providing some great hors d'oeuvres for that. And then the Tinker Swiss Cottage and Museum and Gardens Ice Cream Social is Sunday, tomorrow from 1 until 3. So come on out for some ice cream and some free entertainment and join us from 1 to 3 at the Tinker Swiss Cottage Museum and take a little free tour of the cottage. All right, Melissa's jumping in here. So we're going to say hello to Melissa and get you on the screen. Good morning, Melissa.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Awesome. I'm glad you were able to make it on and give us some details of what's happening on July 30th. You are getting to host our next In-Crowd 815 networking group event.
I know. We're super excited. We will have a nice little happy hour at the Castle Town Center, which is at Wesley Willows. We just celebrated our 60th anniversary at Wesley Willows. So really proud of that, really proud of our community that we've been around that long and been able to serve seniors all those years.
What a coincidence, huh? 60 years of Wesley Willows and 60 years of Starlight Theater.
I know. We do our box office benefit every year. We just had that last Sunday at the theater, and it was great. There was so many people just excited about The Wizard of Oz and about the performance.
We had a good time performing for you guys. I really enjoyed having you out there every year, and it was fun to see all the families come out and enjoy The Wizard of Oz. So that was really cool.
Yeah,
that was really cool. So for those who don't know what Wesley Willows is, let's fill them in real quick on what Wesley Willows is here in the Rockford area.
Sure. So Wesley Willows is a continuing care retirement community. We are located on the northwest side of Rockford, just off of Rockton Avenue. Beautiful campus. If you have never been out there, which it's really not a spot that like you just drive by on
No.
your way. We just have the most amazing grounds and landscaping and facilities out there. But our mission is to serve seniors, and that's what we specialize in. So we have beautiful independent living homes. We have suites that are modern and comfortable and attached to our Castle Town Center that has really great amenities, pool, bistro, fitness center. And then we also have higher levels of care. We have assisted living. We have personal care. We have our health center that serves people who need short-term and long-term living options. And one of the things that we're really focused on and have initiatives with right now is our memory wellness programs. We have really adopted kind of a continuum to meet people where they're at if they're seeing some cognitive changes. And we do that in a variety of creative and sensitive ways. So we've got wonderful staff that helps us do that. And then we've also got our Peterson Meadows campus, which is independent living. That's off Newburgh. And recently we affiliated with Highview in the Woodlands, which is up in Rockton. And that's just a really small, quaint, assisted living memory care community.
Okay. Are they the ones that also have the condos that are up there too, or is that just the assisted?
Nope. So there's a really pretty condo association it's called Summit Condo Association. That kind of surrounds Highview, and then the Red Barn Golf Course is up there. So Highview is like kind of tucked back in this little secluded area that's really pretty. And we shout out to our Summit neighbors. They are really wonderful and out walking their dogs and grandkids out playing at the park, and they'll pop up every once in a while too to check in on us.
Well, I'm playing your video here on your website, wesleywillows.org, so people can see all that's available through Wesley Willows. And it's probably bigger than most people think. There's a lot more options than most people think.
Yep.
So if there's something that you're looking for as far as assisted living goes, or there are single family homes basically that are part of
at Peterson Meadows, we have a handful of single family homes. Our homes at Wesley Willows are all duplexes, but they're set up to make you feel like it is your own home. They're customized. Steve Zentz built all of those homes.
And they're so nice. Yeah,
they are.
Yes.
And people customize them too. They put their own flair on interiors that they've picked out, and they really make it their own.
Well, I'm on your website here, wesleywillows.org, and there's a whole lot of information on here. So if someone wants to meet the team, learn about Rockford, learn about the memory care and all the rehab options and stuff, it's all here on the website. Wanted to click on the philanthropy tab real quick here to let people know about the legacy of compassionate care that Wesley Willows has, and any gifts to Wesley Willows really do help the communities. There's endowment gifts, planned giving, memorial and tributes, all different things there to way to support what Wesley Willows does here in the community. So is anything on here that you wanted to highlight there, Melissa?
Well, I think that's one of the big benefits about moving to Wesley Willows is that we guarantee a lifetime of care to residents. So if someone should outlive their financial resources, we have a rather large Good Samaritan fund that people have donated to over the years so that no one has to leave Wesley Willows ever because of a financial constraint.
Yeah.
So we really do take care of people throughout their entire life. And, people know if you've read the news, read articles on the cost of healthcare these days, especially when you're a senior, it can be a little overwhelming. So
Right.
once somebody moves there, they don't have to worry about ever leaving because they've exhausted their funds.
Well, definitely want to encourage everyone to check out wesleywillows.org and learn all about what you have to offer. And then, of course, if you're available on July 30th, come on out and join us for the next free networking event, In Crowd 815, at the Wesley Willows location on Johns Farm Road. Do you want to give any hints as to what kind of hors d'oeuvres and beverages you might have available that night, or we want to keep that secret?
Sure. Well, I mean, we'll do like a nice little. We have a beautiful little club room that will have some snacks in, and I don't know, July 30th. I mean, we might have to mix up a batch of margaritas, or have a little wine, have a little champagne, and have some non-alcoholic options available too. But I'm hoping that it's a nice night. We can be out on our patio and enjoy the sunshine, and if it's not too hot. So do you guys have any questions? I mean, is there anything like about Wesley Willows that like you've heard, or maybe you're wondering about, or you're interested in kind of things that might be of interest?
I just think people are realizing now, even just listening to this, that it's way bigger than just one facility. So that's kind of the thing that's kind of an eye opener for a lot of people. It's like, it's not just an assisted living facility. There's a whole lot more options than most people probably realize.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, and of course they can come get information at the event July 30th as well. So I'm sure that they'll have some folks there that can answer everybody's questions. Did you have anything to throw in, Tom? Any questions that you had for Melissa before we let her go about her weekend?
The only thing I would say is I've been in Wesley Willows a couple of times. It is a beautiful facility, absolutely top-notch facility. I walked in there. I don't remember what it was for. I cannot remember. It was a number of years ago. It might have been to check it out for a trivia event or something along those lines. And I'm looking around going, this is and I probably said nursing home. I don't think it's not really a nursing home, right? It's an assisted living and everything else. But this is my naivete at the time. But I'm looking around going, wow, this place is cool. How old do you have to be to live there?
I know.
Seriously, how old do you have to be? What is
55. We're a 55 and older community.
Oh.
So, right. and we are seeing people moving, especially into our homes, in their 60s now. We've got really great programs and entertainment and happy hours, and our dining is wonderful. So it's all right there. And what we also see is that when people move there younger, they enjoy all of these healthy lifestyle benefits that we offer. So, investing kind of in that lifestyle when you're younger can lead to really a better quality of life. And it's kind of fun because like my parents are in their 70s now, and they live down in central Illinois, but I'm always like kind of bouncing ideas off of them and bringing them back to the team, because I'm like, my parents are out there going to baseball games, they're going to Chicago concerts, they're, doing brewery tours. So we even have to fold that into our independent lifestyle to really be creative and spark people's interest.
Well, it's sure nice to have a lot of different options, and you guys are doing some great work here in 815. So everyone wants to come out and check out what you're doing. We'll be out there again on Thursday night. The last Thursday of the month is July 30th for July, 5:30 to 7:30. And look forward to having everybody out for our next free networking event at the Wesley Willows. So
yeah, well, thanks guys. Thanks for inviting me on this morning. And we're looking forward to the 30th when we can have some people out and hang and relax and get to know each other.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, I think that's going to run us out of time this week. So next week, tune in because we're going to be chatting with Stepping Stones of Rockford and also learning about the MACKTOWN living history. So a couple of other new not-for-profits that we have not had yet on the show. We're up to 131 now, Melissa. 131 not-for-profits have been on the podcast so far.
Nice.
There's about 60 of them out there that are we're not sure who are the spokespeople for them and who they are. So if you can help us connect with the remaining, 60 or so that are out there that are registered 501c3s or 501c6s here in the 815 area, we want to get them on the show to tell their story about why they exist and what they do in the 815. So hopefully we can get them out here. So, all right, friends, remember you change the world when you help one person. Be a blessing to someone this week. We'll try to do the same. Meet you back here next week for another In Crowd 815 podcast. Melissa, Tom, have a great rest of your weekend.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
815 in crowd. 815 in crowd. 815